we're trying to adapt. But, one of the things that we value in our program is valuing everyone and trying to improve everyone. And it is next grow up, mentality. And we've certainly, I think, done a good job of whoever has to take that person's place is ready to battle.
Thanks for listening to KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank. If you're thinking about starting a business or know someone who is, check out Emprise Bank's SBA loans. It's always good to know your options, and they can be your partner in possible.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for another episode of Run It Back, episode 2 of season 2. You feel me? And we got a lot to cover today, and I got a very, very, very special guest coming for this show tonight as well. We got K-State volleyball head coach Jason Mansfield. He's going to be joining the show in just a moment here. And there's a lot for me to cover. I'm going to talk about the last inning for K-State women's soccer. Big news happened there in the last couple of days. We're going to get to that. I'm obviously going to talk about K-State volleyball, and clearly the number one preseason Big 12 team, Kansas State women's basketball. I'm going to talk about them to end the show as well, because baby, we up, and their season begins today when they take on Washburn for an exhibition match. You feel me? So we're going to get to all of that today. We've got a lot to fill in. Of course, we got Coach Mansfield coming on the show, and I just got to roll into it. Okay. Because K-State women's soccer, I talked about it a lot last week. If y'all remember, season ain't been going well. They ended up finishing the season with 3-12-3, winless in the Big 12. Their last game of the season was the Sunflower Showdown against KU. They ended up losing that 2-0. And the big news in this is that Mike DeBini, he stepped down. He stepped down from being head coach of K-State women's soccer, and he stepped down for medical reasons. Now, if y'all remember what I was talking about last week, like I said, I didn't want to play with nobody's job. I didn't want to call for nobody's job. I'm not trying to give no hot take. I wasn't trying to, gotcha reporter. I wasn't trying to do none of that. But I was saying, dude, does, Gene Taylor maybe start to consider looking in a different direction for a different head coach? Because I understand building the program from the ground up, maybe that is not easy. By no means, do not get it twisted. Do not get it confused. I am not saying that is an easy feat, and damn it, the man did a good job. He did a good job for what he's had, and it's hard building a program from the ground up. So that's where I was saying, okay, now it's been almost a decade. He's been there for 9 years, and, it still feels like you're still rebuilding after all these years. So I was talking about maybe Gene Taylor needs to figure out possibly what the next steps. When I said that last week, I had no idea what was going to happen this week. Had no idea whatsoever. I did not mean to put that in the air whatsoever. But Coach Mike DeBini, he announced, I want to say yesterday, he announced on Monday that he is stepping down for medical reasons. Obviously, I hope that he is okay. It's probably a really difficult decision for anybody to do, to step down due to health concerns. And he says that he's been having these health concerns for 18 to 24 months. But, he's proud of this program that he etched his name into. When I tell you this was built from the ground up, it was built from the ground up. He was a part of K-State, late 2014, almost trying to help build this program up, trying to recruit players, all this, that, and the third, trying to find a coaching staff. Bro had to do a lot. He had to do a lot. You feel me? So, it sucks to see him go because of health reasons. Obviously, you wish for the best. I wish for the best. Bro, he's a really cool dude. He's intimidating as hell the first time you talk to him. I know the first time I talked to him for sideline stuff for K-State HDTV, maybe I was terrified just because he's just an intimidating person. But once you get to know him, he's cool and everything. And same thing goes with all the players that I've talked to about him before. And so he's a cool dude. And I hope that he can get back healthy and, get back into coaching some way, somehow. You know what I mean? So it sucks that he has to step down from there, but, he's doing the best decision for him. And, in the long run, his family and things like that. So I'm definitely, hoping for the best. But now, what are you gonna? What's this team gonna do next year? Have no idea. When your coach leaves, your coach not there anymore. There's nothing that guarantees that any of these players that we have now that I do believe is good players. Yeah, Jazsmin Brown, second team All Big 12. One of the best defenders in the Big 12. She's arguably, I'm not even gonna say arguably. She's really truly one of our best players. This once again a really young team, a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores. Now, a lot of potential within this team. So now the next question is, are they going to stay? And now that's going to be in the hands of Gene Taylor, Hot Boy Gene. You feel me? And Hot Boy Gene we trust. And he's essentially killed it with every new coaching hire that has hit his desk. Essentially, okay. So I'm not really worried now. He said that they're gonna start the coaching search immediately, and I honestly, I don't know where they're going to look at. I don't know if they're going to look at a head coach from a smaller school. I don't know if they're going to try to poach an assistant coach from a Power 4 school. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know where he's going to look, and I'm sure he might not know either, because this is kind of sudden. If this is something that, Gene Taylor wasn't already thinking about, considering, the record that K-State has had since, being built from the ground up, which was 38, 98, and 21 overall record. Not great, but once again, it's a hard thing to do to build a program. So now this program's been established for about almost 10 years. What are you going to do? What do you need? I wish I can pinpoint exactly what you need, but I know what you truly do need. You need to find a way to compete with this damn hard Big 12 conference. It was already hard before these teams came in. It got even harder when the 4 teams came in. It got even harder when what was left of the dying Pac-12 came in, because damn it, they got some good teams. So a hard conference just got harder. I talked about that last week as well. Okay, so now we gotta figure out what we're gonna do next. We want K-State women's soccer to be. I'm not saying that we have to start getting ranked. I'm not saying we all of a sudden have to expect to win truly every game all the time. Baby, this is hard. I'm not expecting that, but to be able to compete a little bit more, yeah, it'd be nice. Be able to go to the Big 12 championship tournament and see if y'all can make some shake. Yeah, that would be great. Everybody else is they're pulling along. Okay, you're able to get a lot of K-State teams on a national level. I talked about it last week. Football is getting close to being on a national level, if not already. They're getting more attention. K-State men's basketball national level. K-State women's basketball national level. You had K-State baseball go really maybe a little bit further than a lot of us expected in the tournament last year. You have K-State volleyball with second-year coach Jason Mansfield, once again, who I'm going to have on the show. He's pulling this team. A lot of teams are going in the right direction, and it's time for K-State soccer to come right on with them. You know what I mean? Everybody eats. We want everybody to eat. So obviously this is it's heartbreaking for Mike DeBeanie to have to step down due to health reasons. But now, what is this opportunity going to mean for K-State as a program to hopefully, get better within these next 10 years? You know what I mean? So it's just something that we got to kick our feet up, and in Gene we trust. And I'm just saying, look at the material. I think we can trust Gene Taylor to really pick somebody to bring this along. NIL opportunities. We got a scoreboard on the soccer field that's 2-3 years old. There's things that could still be added to this program. It's like facilities. I mean, everything is there. All we just need is there's the results to come. If you build it, they will come. And I think that's all that needs to be left. We got good players. Hope they stay. Whatever the new coaching staff comes in, hope they bring some of their good players in, and baby, we build. Like that. So it's just a question mark right now. It's a question mark, and we just going to see what's going to shape. That's all we can really do right now. But of course, after a season like this, like I said, 3-12-3 overall, winless in the Big 12, that ain't going to fly. So really the only way to go is up. The only way to go is up. You feel me? Try to get more shots on goal. We talked about that last week as well. This game against KU. K-State only had 7 shots, only 3 of them on goal, compared to KU. They had 17 shots, 9 of them which were on goal. And the NOAA goal for this year was to take more shots, get more shots on goal, and ultimately they did fail. They did fail in that, at least in those numbers. They did get 17 goals scored this season, which is the 3rd highest in program history. But that's, once again, that's still not going to cut it. That's not going to bake that cake. You feel me? So you just got to sit back, relax, and let Gene Taylor do his thing. All right. So with that, that's what we got to leave it to. It was a season to unfortunately forget. You feel for Coach Stabini. Hope he's doing well. Hope he's able to get back on his feet and start coaching again at another school, at another program. And damn it, I hope they do well. But now, whatever Gene Taylor's gonna do, we just gotta see how stuff shakes. You feel me? We'll be right back with Run It Back.
Looking for tickets for your next event? Tickets for Less is your #1 source. Save big on every purchase when you use promo code KCSN at ticketsforless.com.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to Run It Back. And I told y'all I had a very, very special guest. I think this is your 2nd or 3rd time coming on the show. I'm not really sure, but
2nd time, yeah.
And so 2nd time, I appreciate you for coming on. You had a busy day. I know y'all are practicing. I was trying to get you on the show and try to schedule that out, but luckily you're able to be here. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, so we can go ahead and get this started. And Coach, because I talked about this last week, you guys were so close to making the NCAA tournament. In my honest opinion, damn it, y'all should have made the NCAA tournament. But, the committee, the fate is left in the committee's hands. So sometimes you just can't do too much about that. But you took it in your own hands to schedule a very difficult non-conference schedule.
Yep.
So, and considering how many huge marquee wins y'all had last year, you said, you know what, why the hell not? So you threw that in there, didn't quite shake out how y'all wanted to, but like I said, y'all played some incredibly, incredibly good teams, and it just didn't fall y'all's way. So what do you guys need to do now to make sure you don't leave it up to the committee's hands?
Yeah, I really like our team coming back. A lot of the players that kind of went through the season last year with us, we're coming back, and we had some good transfers coming in, and so I felt like we could really kind of schedule tough, and we have 5 grad students and another senior and 5 juniors, and so it just felt like it was the type of team to do that, and we were in a lot of those matches. We battled and lost a lot of sets by a couple points. And then played some teams that were much better than we thought. UC Davis, we played them in the 2nd match, lost in 5. They're leading the Big West right now and probably going to win that conference. North Carolina, I knew they were going to be good, but they're really good, top 25 team now. So just a couple teams that, I didn't think that we're necessarily going to walk over them, but I felt like they were teams that we could certainly beat. And you know what? I mean, basically, the whole preseason, we had a different lineup, all 9 matches, just trying to figure out how to put the pieces together, and we've been battling that the whole season, and including conference. We had Jordan Williams go down about 5 matches ago. We had Liz Grigorski, and end her season a couple weeks ago. So yeah, we're trying to adapt. But one of the things that we value in our program is valuing everyone and trying to improve everyone, and it is next girl up mentality, and we've certainly I think done a good job of whoever has to take that person's place is ready to battle. But the message is the same every week. How do we beat West Virginia and play more consistent volleyball to give ourselves a chance to win that match? And sure, nothing is impossible at this point as far as going on a run and beating a lot of good teams. We have 5 ranked teams left on our schedule. And so a lot of exciting volleyball left. 4 of those matches are at home, so that'll be fun. But yeah, we're just trying to stay consistent, with the messaging and try to get better at practice, which I thought we did today, and prepare for our next opponent.
For sure. And I know you mentioned Liz, and gosh, we all feel for her, because that's injuries is something that I know that she's been battling throughout her career. And dang, man, she was playing so well for this team, doing literally everything, right? Yep. So, I mean, what is what is, I guess, what I'm really trying to ask here is like, how is the team able to kind of bounce back knowing that they've lost not only a good player, but a good leader and like a veteran to this sport?
Yeah, we could talk about Liz, forever. She's going to hold a special place in my heart. She was, my first commit, my first recruit as a head coach, so she's always going to be, the first for me. And we recruited her because of her experience, playing at a great program in Wisconsin. But she hadn't really tapped into kind of who she was as a player. Tore her ACL in high school twice, same knee twice, her junior and senior year. Broke her leg in college. She's been through it. She's been through more than most people should be in their life, And so because of those experiences, she figured out what was important, and she's just such a great leader and communicator. And so we're not going to miss that. She's going to be with us the rest of the season, trying to help in a bunch of different ways. But certainly she figured out how to play the game at a really high level, and I was really proud of her for that. And but Shay Myers and Aaliyah, Aaliyah just stepped up these last two matches, and I mean she's the offensive, Big 12 Player of the Week, and really flipped the switch. But Shay Myers and Nia Clinton, Meg Brown, Brenna Schmidt, it's just everybody needs to be a little better offensively, and then Simone Sims and Ella Larkin and Molly Ramsey, along with their other passers, have to step up. But it's not one person's responsibility, although Aaliyah kind of flipped that switch, like I said, and took more of the responsibility, obviously offensively. But she's doing great, and everybody else is, they know it's go time, and they know that we have to do things to step up in her place.
Dang, Coach, it's like you read my mind. I was about to ask you, like, Aaliyah's going completely nuclear, especially these last two games. So I was thinking, like, how does everybody else be able to step up? Obviously, not just having 32 kills a game is hard thing to sustain. So, like, how does everybody else, try to step up and make her job easier and things like that? But you pretty much hit the nail on the head that everyone is really gonna step their game up. But I do still want to talk about, of course, once again, obviously this injury to Liz, it's devastating. But like, what type of adjustments do you guys, make now that, that she's not there? Of course, you're adding Shaylee Myers, getting Nia Clinton more involved. Like, how does that game plan change?
Yeah, it doesn't change a whole lot, and I think again that's why it's so great to have depth and have players that have played, like Shay and I have played a lot the last couple of years, and so they're able to come in and we just want them to be themselves. They're certainly good enough to affect the game and play great. So just want them to continue to find ways to be more consistent. But yeah, Shay kind of slid into Liz's spot, and because Jordan's been out, we had to move Meg back to the middle, Meg Brown, and so we've kind of settled in on this lineup the last couple matches, but we're hoping to get Jordan back at some point soon. But yeah, it is a little bit of a combo of, Shay took her spot in the lineup. Simone's going back row for Shay. Simone has to continue to be great defensively and serve receive for us, and then Molly Ramsey came in last match and did a good job and helped us in serve receive. So yeah, we kind of always want to be the type of team that we're spreading the ball around and being pretty diverse offensively, but setting one person 85 times in a match is not being super diverse. And so, she took the lead, and what a special match for her. I said it after just so happy for her last match in Iowa in front of her family and friends, in a K-State jersey. And, she went off and was really unstoppable, basically the whole match. And yeah, we needed every single one of those kills to give ourselves a chance to win, but really special match for her. And, just trying to get better every day,
Absolutely. And so, talking about West Virginia at least a little bit, I know it's tough. Like, seems like almost every single game y'all have had back to back has went to 5, essentially, outside of Utah, which very much had the potential to go to 5 itself.
Yeah.
So, and you're playing. Obviously, you just played Iowa State, who just a few games ago you also went to 5. This is a lot of tough games or teams that you're kind of playing, not back to back, but damn it, that grouping is close. So knowing that how many times you guys have gone, 5 sets, and physically how draining that can probably be, what do you guys need to do? Because playing an opponent twice is difficult. Playing an opponent twice in such a short amount of time is probably going to be even harder. So kind of like where are you guys at mentally to make sure y'all kind of be able to pack them up?
Yeah, it's a tough conference, and it got tougher with Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah coming in, right? The 4 good volleyball teams. And the one thing was true last year too, but it's definitely true again, is that there's just a lot of really good coaches in our conference that know how to win, and they know how to get their team to play well. And we even saw it at Texas Tech. Tony does a good job. So West Virginia, new coaching staff. I coached against them a bunch when they were at Washington State, and I was at Stanford and Washington, so I know them really well. And they are 2 of the most competitive people I've ever met in my life. And so I'm not surprised we went 5 there, and we're finding new ways to win in 5, and I'll take it every time. We're certainly playing well enough to win games by more than 2 points and win matches more than, just winning in 5. But again, we're playing good teams that are playing well, and all we can do is kind of give ourselves a chance. But the goal of the whole season is to find ways to be more consistent, in every single aspect of the game. And the girls have really been focused, the whole season, but specifically the last month, of really trying to dial in on getting better at our skills. Our ball control needs to continue to improve, and I think with that, we've allowed ourselves to be more consistent. Playing the same team twice, like we did against Iowa State, and like we're going to do against West Virginia, and we'll do it later down the road against Kansas and UCF, is difficult. But during the COVID season, we played the same team back-to-back matches, and we did that again last year a little bit. So those are the extremes. Those are, you're playing the exact same team back-to-back nights. That's not quite what we're doing right now. So it's nice to have some matches in between. And but then to go back and reflect, which we did today, what that match was like, not just that it was a 5-setter, but what happened in that match, and try to prepare in practice for what they want to do. It's good to relive those things because they become a lot more familiar because you went through it, one time in scouting, and then obviously in the match too. So, there are a lot of positives.
Excellent. And this is going to be my last question for you, Coach. And honestly, I should have mentioned her earlier, but Izzy, absolutely going crazy. Like we can talk about Aaliyah Carter as many times as we want to, because damn it, she deserves it. But you can't overlook what Izzy is doing. She got her 3,000 career assists against Utah, and once again went crazy again against Iowa State. What was it? 56 assists. That's a career high for her, if I read that correctly. Yeah. I mean, we knew she's a dog. I talked about her last year. She was super pivotal to this team. Yeah. Just having that weapon. So just talk to me about having.
Yeah. Yeah, I've known Izzy since she was about 14. She's from Oregon, and we recruited a little bit at Washington, and she's just a special player. Both parents played, and just watching her grow up, and just her kind of knack for the game. She was our second recruit, after Liz that we got, and when we got her, I knew we got someone special, and we got kind of a steal. I think both her and Aaliyah are very similar. They're both in their 5th year. They're both 5'9", 5'10" in shoes maybe. But they're smaller athletes that are just so exciting to watch because they have passion. They're very skilled, very competitive, and just so athletic, for any size really. But yeah, she makes our team go. And these last couple matches, she's done a great job of really setting the right person and setting people up for success. And that's what her job is. And she's done it really well, these last 4 or 5 matches, and we're going to need more of that from her. But yeah, she's somebody that when you come watch our team play, she's pretty exciting to watch because she's infectious, and she's somebody that you root for, just because she loves playing the game, and you can tell.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Coach, I appreciate you for coming on the show. Hope to have you again sometime soon.
Yeah, anytime.
Absolutely. Talk more volleyball with you. Appreciate it. And we'll be right back with more Run It Back.
Thanks, Jazsmin.
We appreciate you supporting KC Sports Network by listening to our podcast. You have helped us become the highest ranked Chiefs podcast network in 2022 and 2023. And don't forget about our daily Substack newsletter, the best written analysis you can find on the Chiefs straight to your inbox every day. kcsn.substack.com.
All right, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. And y'all know I wasn't going to forget. I wasn't going to forget about the homies up at Home Field Apparel. They got all the goods for all the schools, not even K-State fans, any sort of fan, whatever Christmas presents you want to get them, a hat, a t-shirt, a hoodie, whatever you want. Please go to Home Field Apparel, because if you do and you type in the promo code 3MA, you get a 15% off deal for your first purchase. So please go ahead and go to homefieldapparel.com and go ahead and get drippy with it. All right. So now we're moving on to K-State women's basketball. And y'all know how excited I am about this team, yo. I can't even explain just how crazy they finna go off this season. Already preseason champion favorites in the Big 12, favorite to win the Big 12. That's what I think the first time that has ever happened in the K-State women's basketball program. Because I mean, this was a conference that had Baylor. We knew about them. They always in the mix. They've consistently won the Big 12. Once again, Texas was always going to have something to say. They did last year. That's something that's very consistent for them. And this is, I knew last year was going to be special. It didn't necessarily end the way we all thought it would, especially considering how the season started, how we were able to take down Caitlin Clark in Iowa for the second season in a row. We were ranked number 2 in the country at some point. We were hotter than fish grease, and only team better than us was South Carolina, who ended up winning the Natty. Okay, that was a good time for all of us. But then, things started to slip a little bit. Ayoka Lee, she got hurt last year. That was kind of a little bit of slippage there. Thought maybe they can get back on track when she did come back and get back healthy. Unfortunately, that wasn't necessarily the case. They didn't have their dominance like you saw earlier on in the season. Still went to the NCAA tournament. Was able to host 2 home games there, and then ultimately lost to what I think Colorado at that point was going to be future Big 12 fellow, now just Big 12 fellow. So didn't necessarily end the way we initially thought it would. Thought we were going to win the conference. That ended up not happening. That ended up being Iowa State and Texas. Deservedly so. But this year, thinks it's different. Yeah, I said it last year, but damn it, I need it. You know why? Because Yoki, okay, our 6'6" queen, she's back. She made the decision to come back, and damn it, we all happy that she did. Okay, because we're talking about All-American. People know her name. And now this season will be the opportunity to where her name will be said in the likes of with, Juju Watkins, with the Paige Bucket Beckers, with so many talented players around women's college basketball that her name's listed. It's already listed. We know this, but to be even higher up on that list of players that like just two that I named, this is the opportunity for her to eat. It really, really is. And this team obviously is something special. It was something special last year. We had players who he had to rely on ever since their freshman year. They're upperclassmen. Of course, you had Serena Sundell. You had the Glenn twins, obviously, Jalen and Briley. But now we've seen them grow up in front of our very eyes. Because now we have a team with obviously Ayoka Lee, preseason All Big 12 Player of the Year. Okay, you have Serena Sundell, preseason first team All Big 12. Already those 2 players were first team Big 12 to end the season last year. So you have them coming back. Obviously, I told you have the Glint twins coming back. Coach Mitty, he said, I think I like the taste of all this power that I'm getting and all this national attention that I'm getting, and rightfully so, because he went to the transfer portal and added 2 more players and Kennedy Taylor from, I think, Missouri State. And then you had Tamara Poindexter from Tulsa. And I can't even explain to you how excited I am about this girl. Because obviously you were already K-State coming in 13th ranked in the nation. You have a good team. You have an experienced team. It's a good thing to have a good team. Yes, we understand that. But to have a team that's experienced and knows how to get out of sticky situations, that's pivotal. It's pivotal. And so now you're adding Tamara Poindexter, AAC Player of the Year. Y'all, I'm telling you, I can't explain it. I'm not lost for words, because all I can think that's going on in my ADD head is just how much that she's going to cook, damn it. Because she averaged 21 points a game with Tulsa last year, 5 rebounds a game, a block a game, shooting 33% from three-point line. And let me tell y'all this little something. She's one of 3 players last season to end the season with 700 points and 50 blocks. One of 3 players. Can I let y'all know a little secret about who those other 2 players she's listed with? Juju Watkins and Paige Buckets Beckers. You top 3, and them the other 2 with you? Period. Tamara Poindexter. Coach May, he talked about her when they went to the Big 12 Media Days, and he was saying that she's unconventional, and he doesn't necessarily know where he's going to put her, but that's an excellent problem to have, because that's going to be a problem for other teams to try to defend her, because clearly she knows how to get to the bucket. She knows how to do a quick pop and shoot. She can play defense. She can guard positions 1 through 4. You need somebody else who's not afraid to get to the cup. You already have that with the Glenn twins. You already have that with Serena Sundell. And this is a team that could definitely use some help on the free throw line. So the more you try to get to the cup, the more you could try to get to the free throw line. And she's going to bring that capability. And she, once again, experience and skill. And obviously, Yoki, she's in the conversation to be a WNBA draft pick. Serena Sundell is actually in the conversation to be a WNBA draft pick. And so is Tamara Poindexter. We potentially have 3 WNBA draft picks on one team. Our team, K-State Women's Basketball. If that does not get your hair rising, I don't know what does. I'm just telling you, I don't want to, put too much pressure on them. I want to over exceed expectations, because I felt like I did that last year. I said if we don't end last season with some sort of Big 12 championship, it was a failure. I said that, and I feel like I completely jinxed them. I don't want to do that again, but I can still be excited. Just considering what I'm reading off here, this player alone on a team that was already good with a lot of returners, returning 85% of their points from last year. And we can't forget Gabgo, the son of Gabby Gregory. We can't forget this team is one of the best defensive teams in the country. And now you're adding Poindexter to it. You have literally from 1 through 5 defenders will lock your behind up and still give you buckets. Look, I don't mean to yell. But bro, you can't tell me. You can't tell me that you will not be seated at any of these home games this year at the Bram. You can't tell me. And we already know how much bigger women's basketball, not only in college, but in the W as well as is just completely grown. And there were so many people that was in the stands to watch this team. And then that helped them in so many sticky situations, because y'all did it. The fans did it. The student sections did it. And now they're projecting this team to be even better than last year, whose peak was the number 2 team in the country. And then you add the intimidation factor of Bramlage Coliseum. Oh, we're doing something. We got to. I don't know if y'all really truly understand the opportunity that's in front of us and in front of this team, just as a fan base, as a program. National recognition is what a lot of true K-State fans want. And this team can't do it. I'm not going to put pressure on them saying they have to win the Big 12, this, that, and the third, whoop-de-whoop. I'm not saying that, but it's hard not to get excited for this team. You can't just read what I read through. Just even a little bit. The season hasn't started. First game is going to be tonight when they play against Washburn. I'm going to be seated. It's going to be on ESPN Plus. I mean, I know the men's have already played at this point. A lot of people are excited for them. But I mean, right now, right here, K-State women's basketball, just like last year, is potentially be the best team on campus. The best team on campus. They were the best team on campus last year as well. And now they can be even better. They can be better than the best. You know what I mean? So it's crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about. It's exciting. This is, like I said, we've seen a lot of these players just completely grow. We've seen, obviously, Yoki. She played from her freshman year every year all the way up to now when she's healthy. We know she's one of the baddest mofos on the planet when she's healthy. We learned that last year, and we learned that when she was not able to stay healthy and she was gone for those few games, how pivotal that she is to this program. You obviously saw Serena Sundell, Briley, and Jalen Glenn grow with this team, and now they put us in this position to just be more than damn proud. Proud of them last year. I'm going to be proud of them this year because this is going to be something special. And honestly, I can't wait. And y'all know I'm going to be right back here with y'all after we watch these few exhibition games that they got. And I'm going to have this excitement, hopefully, for the whole damn season. And y'all going to share it with me, all right? Because, baby, y'all ain't got no choice. But I want y'all along with the ride with me, okay? But I appreciate y'all for listening. I appreciate Coach Mansfield for coming on the show. And I'm going to see y'all next week on Run It Back.